Hey guys, what's up? This is Big Rich from Diskin Down South. I got my man Birdman behind the camera. So today we're going to show you how we do some of our shaving cream dyes. We seem to get a lot of attention when we're on the course. People ask us how we do them and stuff. So I'm just going to walk you through that real quick. So you're going to start with just a standard disc with the factory stamp and everything. It needs to be Star, Champion, ESP, like the Discraft equivalents. Pro plastic will dye, but base grades won't take the dye at all. So you want to have a good high quality plastic disc. You want to just take some acetone, put it on a paper towel, and just kind of rub it off, rub the stamp, and it'll just peel right off. And once you get it clean, it'll look something like this. And then once you get it like this, you can just set the disc aside, hopefully not get any dye on it while you're working with your shaving cream bed, which is what I'm going to show you all next. So we come to our shaving cream. We just take regular 99-cent shaving cream from the dollar store, take it and mix it with just a little bit of water, and pour it in like a pie pan or something like that, and flatten it completely out with a ruler. It helps if you get your ruler a little bit wet, it'll slide over better and not make any marks, kind of like I have here. And then once you do that, you want to take your shaving cream, put a little bit in a cup, and mix it with your dye. I'm using idye poly. You make sure you use the... Okay, so I'm back, had to go mix up some dye. And again, we use the idye poly. Make sure you use the poly version or it won't take in your plastic. So from there, you mix it with a little bit of straight shaving cream with no water. And the reason we do that is the reason we mix the water with our bed shaving cream is because we want it to be denser than the dye we're putting on top. So this will hold place and not sink down through the bed. And from there, you can just think up any pattern that you want. And another note is in the idye poly, there's a color intensifier packet. When you take it out, just throw it in the trash. Don't put it in or your dye will not take into your disc. So from there, like I said with the pattern, there's a simple pattern I usually do that looks pretty good. I usually do just 2 colors. And so you take your eyedropper, it's just what we use, it works really good for getting it on real precise. And we just take some in our eyedropper. And the pattern I like, it's really simple, is I just put a dot in the middle of my bed. Okay, so I get a little bit more there. From there, then I make an outer ring around it. And we'll come back to you when I finish with that. Alright, I'm back. We got the first color done on our bed, and I'm going to mix up the second color and show you how we do that. So I got just what I think will be enough shaving cream to do the other ring on my bed. And now I'm going to mix it with the dye. Okay, so you can really just add dye till you get the color you want. But once you get to a certain point, it's probably not going to get any darker. So from there, we just mix it up until we get to the color we want. Which that's a really, really light purple, and I want it a little bit darker than that. So I'll get me some more dye, mix it up. Okay, cool. So from there, I'm gonna clean my eyedropper off. From there, we're gonna do the second color, which this is gonna be a green and purple dye. And from there, I'm going to make my second ring, which I'm gonna do the purple around the green, and we'll come back to you when we finish that. Okay, now we have our colors laid out on our bed, and they're floating real nicely on top of the denser shaving cream. And now I'm going to take a toothpick and just kind of move my colors around and distort them a little bit, make it a little more swirly and tight looking. So I'm going to show you how I do it right now. So I kind of just pull the back lines out a little bit. You want to kind of try and pull it with your toothpick. And make sure you have something to clean it off with or it'll get really bulky. And just pull your lines out kind of. Make them look cool however you want. There's really no wrong way to do this, just however you think it looks good. Those 3 all look different, and make sure you angle your toothpick when you come out to kind of pull the dye. So once you go all the way around your circle like this, I kind of spread my ones that I pull outwards out a little bit, so then I can pull some back in like that, and kind of get it going both ways, like that. And then come back to going out and finish my circle. Alright, so now that we've got this working, I'll come back to you when I got it finished. Okay, so we're back. I have my bed where I wanted it at, and this is the day glove out that we're going to be dropping in the dye. And I kind of pulled my bed around, sorted it around, got it where I wanted it. It should come out pretty cool, and we'll find out in about 8 hours. We usually leave them in about 8 hours. That gives it time to get the dye, take the dye real well, and we'll see then. So now we're going to drop it. And you want to just, this is really hard to do perfect every time, you just, the center dot, we want to get lined up right with the nipple on the back of our disc. And sometimes you can see through, sometimes you can't. And I can't really see through this one very well, so it's more of a guessing game. Once you get it in the die, be careful not to move it because it'll kind of mess the colors up even more, and we'll see. So once you drop it, be very careful with it. Get it to a high place so it won't get moved around much. So there we go. Now we're just going to go take this, sit it on a shelf, and come back in 6 or 8 hours. Alright, so here we are with the disc. It's been about 8-ish hours, so we're going to pull them. And one thing to do is when you pull them, make sure you pull them straight up and rinse them pretty quick so you don't get your dye all over everything. And rinse them for a good amount of time in warm water because it'll help your dye set. So here's the one we did today for y'all. Oh, that was pretty cool. Sweet. So here it is. You can see the green didn't take too well, but you can still see it. It shows up. Looks pretty cool. And then here's another one that I did at the same time I did that one. I just didn't video it for y'all. And let me pull it real quick. Sweet, so there's it. It was black and purple, and the black didn't come out real vivid, but you can still see the color differential. Looks pretty cool. So check back in for some new videos.